Hello everyone, welcome to Lessons with A and welcome to another lesson in our lessons for A1 level learners. And in this lesson, we'll be looking at the verb to have in the past tense. What do we use the verb to have in the past tense for? We use it to talk about things we owned or possessed in the past, to express that you used to have something or that something belonged to you in the past. We use the verb to have to talk about it. Examples: I had a book. He had long hair when I was young. So in all of these examples, we are being told of what somebody had. As in the first example, I used to have a book. That means in the past, I used to have a book that belonged to me. In the second example, when I was young, I'm telling people that he used to have very long hair. So we use the verb to have in the past tense to express or to talk about things that we had or we owned or possessed in the past. Let's see the structure or the forms. For the subject I, we use had. You had. He or she or it, we use had. We had. They had. This is telling us that regardless of the subject, there is only one form of the verb to have in the past. That is what had. So I had, you had, he had, she had, it had. We had, they had. Regardless of the subject, we only use the form had. Now let's see other uses of this verb. So for negatives, we use didn't or did not have. So if we need to use the verb to have in the past tense in a negative way, we use didn't or did not plus have. So examples: I didn't have time yesterday. She did not have the computer. Now remember, when we are saying this or when we are using the verb to have in the past tense, but also in a negative way, the verb to have, the main form of it does not change. The only thing that changes is we add didn't or did not to it. So we see in the first sentence, I didn't have time yesterday, the main form of the verb to have, nothing has been done to it. We didn't use had or any other form, we just used have. Then we add didn't or did not to it. So I didn't have time yesterday, which is telling us that yesterday, which was in the past, I had no time. She did not have the computer, which is also telling us that in the past or in the time that has passed, the girl or the lady did not have the computer. And for questions too, we use did at the beginning of the sentence, and then we use have instead of had. So remember, when you need to talk about something in the past and you need to use the verb to have, you don't do anything to it. The only thing you need to do is, if it's a negative, add didn't or did not before have. And then if it's a question, begin the question with did and then the subject, and then you add have and then the rest of the sentence. So let's see an example. Did you have a good weekend? We see in this example, we began the sentence with did, and then the subject, you, and then we have what? Have, and then the rest of the sentence. Did they have a lot of fun? In the second example too, we see we have did, the subject, they, and then have, plus the rest of the sentence. So if it's a negative or a question and you need to express it in the past, maintain the form of the verb have. Don't use had, use have. But the only thing that changes is, if it's a negative, use didn't or did not before the verb have. And if it's a question, use did at the beginning of the sentence, then you add the subject, and then you add have, and then you add the rest of the sentence to it. This will be all for this lesson. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this. Also, if you need a grammar book that has been made to help you know everything and get your grammar game up to the very best, check the description and find a link to get you one of these grammar books. Also, you can book a lesson for yourself, a group of people, or for friends with another link in the description. I will see you in the next video.